A girl realizes that her father was across the street and runs up to him, but at this moment, a woman walks up to the man and hugs him. The man is happy to see the woman, and the woman said that they needed to deliver the gift to their son. The man said she was right, and then he crosses the street and passes his daughter, but he doesn't realize she's there, which makes the girl very sad. They go up to the boy and say that they are very happy with what he had achieved, but the boy didn't seem to be happy about it. Meanwhile, now I had been in the distance, seeing it very sad. The boy tells his parents that he didn't want that and that they should have known by now that he wouldn't accept that gift. The man says he couldn't say that, because that gift was for his son to continue learning a lot about things, but the boy says he didn't want that. He then picks up the gift his father had given him, throws it away with a kick. At that moment, the little girl's mother goes to her to congratulate her on her graduation, but the little girl was very sad and doesn't say anything to her mother. The man then tells his son that he could say whatever he wanted, that he would tell his son. Hearing this, the woman is very furious with the man, says that he should be ashamed of himself for having bought gifts for other people's son, because for his daughter, he was not buying anything. The other woman then tells him that she shouldn't say those things to the man because she was just jealous of what they had. The woman then tells the man that he should be ashamed as his daughter was wearing dishes as a dress and the man didn't care. The girl is very sad about that situation and leaves. The man tries to explain himself to the woman, saying that he had some commitments, but the other woman tells the man that he doesn't need to worry. She then tells the woman that if she wanted a dress, she should work and buy it. She says that the woman should accept that now the man was with her and that the man no longer loved the woman. The woman then asks the man if he would continue to stand there, without saying anything to defend her. The other woman says that the man should not say anything to the woman, as the woman should accept that they were now together and that she would have nothing more of him. The woman said that she didn't care about the man anymore, all she wanted was for him to take care of his daughter, but the other woman says that the woman's daughter was no one and that her son had a beautiful future ahead of him. Meanwhile, the boy was running after the girl. He runs down the street until he finally manages to find where she was. The girl was crying, and then the boy goes up to her, holds out his hand to her. He then says that now he knew why she was crying, because her mother didn't work and that her father had bought those sneakers for him, he didn't buy anything for her. She then becomes enraged by it and takes off the dress she was wearing. At that moment, the woman arrives and asks why her daughter destroyed the dress she was wearing. The girl then asks her mother why her father doesn't like her. This leaves the woman at a loss for what to say to her daughter, and the girl says that her father never bought anything for her, but he had bought a lot of things for his other son. The woman told me that she didn't know what to say to her daughter, but that she had bought her that gift. This makes the girl very happy and she thanks her mother for the gift. Seeing that they were very happy, the boy storms away. Later, the other woman hands chocolate to her son, but the boy says he didn't want it. She then said that her son could tell you everything she wanted that she would buy for her son, regardless of the price. The boy then tells his mother that he had already told her what he wanted. She says she knew he wanted a quad bike and that she would arrange it for him. The boy said he was happy about it, and then the other woman said his father was going to buy the priest safe. He says yes. Then he asked the other woman how much it cost and she said it was too expensive. The man is surprised to hear the price of the quad bike, but he says he wouldn't save money on his son and so they leave. Sometime later, the girl was at her house when her mother arrives and says she has news from her father. The girl asks what it would be and the woman said that her father would come by her birthday. This makes the girl very happy and she celebrates with her mother. The woman said she was happy that her daughter was happy and says her father would soon be coming. She then sits down on the sidewalk to wait for her father, but he seems to be taking too long to arrive. She waits for her father for a long time, but he doesn't show up. She then goes to her mother and asks where her father was, as she had been waiting for him for a long time, but the woman says that he would soon be coming and that her daughter should have more patience. The girl then said that her mother was lying to her, because whenever she said that her father was coming, he never came. At that moment, the other woman arrives carrying a large box. The girl asked where her father was. The other woman says that he had an appointment that he couldn't go to, but that was her gift. She then tells the girl to open the gift. Then the girl opens the box, but inside the box there was nothing. She asks what was going on, and then the other woman says that she would never give such an expensive television to the girl. She said that she had bought that television for her son and that she would not give it to a child who had no future in his life. The other woman then says that she had a message for her, telling them never to go after the man again, because if they were something bad, it would happen to them. The woman says she didn't need to go through that humiliation and says she would never go after the man again. She then asks the other woman to leave her house and never come back. The other woman says she would leave and says she hoped they would get the message. Sometime later, the man was very furious, because all he was managing to do was pay bills, but now he didn't know what he could do anymore. He said he didn't know how he was going to be able to afford the gifts his son wanted. At that moment, the other woman comes home and says that she wanted to go on a trip with her son to Disney. She says that they had a lot to do, because they had to buy the tickets, buy the suitcases and buy the clothes so that they could go there together, but the man said that he had a lot to do, that he didn't have the money to do it at that moment and that she should give up that idea. She is furious about it and said that she didn't care. How could I get money to be able to pay for that trip, because she was going to give her everything she wanted. She said that if her son wanted to go to Disney, he would go and that the man should find a way to get the money, but the man says that he didn't know what he could do, since he was working so hard and there was never any money left for him. She then said that she didn't care how the man was going to get that money, but she wanted him to get the money for her soon. He then said he didn't know how he was going to do it and told her she could get a job to help him, but she said it wasn't going to happen because she was never going to work. She said that if he didn't want to pay, she could get someone else to play her. She then says that she had had enough of that relationship and that she wanted him to leave her house. He is surprised by this and tells them to talk, but she said she didn't want to talk to him because he was too stingy and didn't want to spend money on her. He then tries to talk to her, but she says she wanted him to leave and closes the door to her house. Later, the man was feeling very sad about what had happened. He says he couldn't understand why he had spent so much time with this woman with her son. He says that, because of that, he ended up leaving his wife and daughter aside, but that now he was going to solve that situation, and so he says that he was going to class. Later, he reaches out to his daughter and is happy to see her. He then runs up to her to hug her, but she walks past him and walks over to another man, calling this other man father. This other man gives the girl a gift. She is very happy, saying that she really wanted that gift. He then gets close to her. If the woman asks what the man was doing there, he then says he was there to take his daughter away, but the woman says she wouldn't let that happen as he had been away for too long. He said he knew about it but wanted to be by his daughter's side, but his wife says he was never present in his daughter's life and that wouldn't change now. He then tries to say something to his daughter, but the woman tells him that she would not let him back into their lives. She tells him that he had already made his choice and that he should go back to another family of his. And then they leave. When he realizes that they are gone, he is very sad that he made the wrong choice.